It's your girl Dorian, and I'm back with another video in the NCLEX series. I don't even know if in my past videos I made this clear, but I'm doing an NCLEX series on everything NCLEX related. And this is another video. So if you're interested in knowing what to expect on NCLEX Day, then stay tuned. So, what to expect on NCLEX Day? This is the question that we all want to know. We all kind of already know like what we think we're going to expect, and that's to be nervous as crap. And that's true, but there's so much more that goes on NCLEX Day that you will never know until you take your NCLEX. And I'm going to tell you everything. So, I'm going to start off with the morning. So I woke up. I scheduled my test for 8 a.m. I know people who scheduled their test for like 1 p.m., which that's way too much anxiety. I need to wake up, and that's the first thing I'm doing. But anyway, I woke up like at 6 because I couldn't sleep. Woke up. I had a light breakfast. I had like grilled cheese, and I ate that in the car driving there. And I had coffee. I made some coffee. I had it in a coffee mug, and I had some ice cold water because I don't know about you, but I get jittery when I drink coffee, but the water kind of cools me down a little. But drinking 2 beverages right before your test is kind of a bad idea because I had to pee in the middle of my test, which was annoying because I wasn't getting up until I took it. Like, I know people that took breaks, but I'm like, I'm not taking a break. Like, when it's over, I'll pee. So that probably wasn't the best idea to drink a lot of beverages. But anyway, sis, let me tell you about this NCLEX experience. So I ate a light breakfast. I arrived to the testing center about 30 minutes early. So I got there at 7:30, and there's a walkthrough. You walk through this like door, and then there's just a monitor with like a button, and it says, for NCLEX, press this button. I press the button. I'm like, what the hell? I press the button, and they're like, hi, are you here to take NCLEX? I'm like, yes. They're like, okay, what's your name? I tell them my name. Like, I'm Dorian, blah, blah, blah. They're like, okay, I see you on my list. I'm going to buzz you when you walk through these doors. So they buzz me in. I walk up these stairs into like another room. And in this other room, there's like a couple students there. I was like the third or fourth person there, which kind of made me nervous because I'm like, dang, where everybody at? So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. By the time they get to me, the room is kind of filled up. So the room has probably, it started out with three of us. And then by the time it was my turn to start the process, there was like 10 or 11 or 12 of us. Like the room was kind of filled. So that's how long it takes. So get there early. By the time it got to me, I told her my name. I gave her my ID. She's going to ask, or he, whoever the representative is, they're going to ask you, do you have a cell phone with you? If you do, they have to like put it in this bag and like tape it shut. It's like a seal, like kind of like if you're getting a package in the mail. They have to package up your cell phone, and they're going to give it back to you, and you put it in a locker. So I did that. I did my fingerprint. It's like a handprint with your palm. You do your palm print, you put your hand up, you do your palm print again. You have to do like one palm like 3 times. Then you do the other palm 3 times, which takes forever. And then they ask you to take a picture. So you come over to like the side of the desk, you take a picture, you tell them like where you live or some type of series of questions, and you get a key for a locker. So I got my key number. She explained all the rules about the locker, like you can go back to your locker during like test breaks. If you take a break, you can go back to your locker, but you cannot use your phone. So that's why they like seal it. So I put all my crap in the locker, and I'm like, okay, it's time for the test. No, I waited and waited and waited because after that you have to go to another section, which was like behind this wall, and that's like maybe security checkpoint 2, I want to call it. And you go there one by one, and there's a lady who is back there. She's going to ask you to check behind your ears. She's going to ask you to like pat your hair. She's going to ask you to pull your sleeves up to see your arms. You have to take your jacket out. You have to pull all of your pockets out. Every pocket you have on, you have to pull it out. She's going to ask you to pat yourself down and make sure she don't see like nothing sticking out. I guess for people who cheat, I don't know. but that's a process. You feel like you're going through airport security, like that one weird person who has to get checked at airport security, because I never had to get checked. I just walked through the metal detectors and that's that. But it's like airport security times 10. Like they do not play. She asked me to check my hair. I'm like, girl, ain't nothing in this bun. But anyway, you do that, and then what this security checkpoint area looks like is a bunch of computer screens, and you can see every tester. You can see like their screen. You can see behind their head, in front of their head, like their face. You can see their computer screen. And then there's like a glass wall, so she can like literally see us behind the glass wall too. And then there's a wall of us at computers taking the test. So I thought everyone would start at the same time, like 8 o'clock, we all going in, boom, press start. No. After you do that whole handprint first security checkpoint, you go to her one by one and you start your test one by one. So I finally got in, and when you get there, the lady or the man is going to come with you and type in like their login and start the test for you. And then the first part of the test is just like, it's like directions. Yeah, it's instructions on the test, every type of question that could possibly be there. And it's going to be like, oh, what color is an orange? And then you click orange. It's just like little basic questions like that. It's probably like 12 of those. It was a lot, because on the NCLEX you can have select all that apply. You can have regular multiple choice. You can have a drag in order, so like it'll be scrambled up order and you have to put it in the correct order. You can have a picture that you have to label. You can have fill in the blank, I heard, but I never have to. Oh, you know what? You can't have fill in the blank for like dosage calculations and calculations. So you can have fill in the blank. And I think that's it, but maybe there's more that I'm forgetting, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, so that's it. That's all the types of questions that you can have. And then there's going to be a research section in the back, just so like they can try out new questions that they might want to implement for the next year. You don't have to do them. I did not do the research section. Like, I got to it and I was confused because my test stopped and another screen popped up like, this is the research test, and like I pressed start. And then, but I was confused. I'm like, is this like research questions, but I'm still getting graded? Like, no, you're not getting graded. It's just like questions they're like testing out. So I did the research section for like maybe 2 questions before the security checkpoint. 2 lady came back around to me and she was like, this is research. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to. So I like canceled it. I pressed like end test, and that was it. And then I did a poll, like a demographics poll, which is going to ask me if I'm female or male, what ethnicity, what race, whatever. And if I thought the test was clear, if the location was very like professional, and if they got me into the test in a timely fashion, which they didn't. But I think that's just the process. Like, it's just a long process, so get ready. After that, I went to the park. Oh, I went to my locker and I got my phone. Mind you, I would not bring a phone if I was you, because if you go to that locker, you get your stuff, and you leave, and they don't personally cut your phone out, then you're going to automatically not fail the test, but it's going to look like you never took the test. Like, nothing's going to count, I guess. So do not bring your phone, because if you're like me, you're going to be in a daze after the test. Like, I was in a daze. I'm like, what just happened? And luckily, the lady at the front desk was like, don't forget to turn in your key and let me cut your phone out. And I was like, oh, crap. Like, I would have forgot if you didn't say that. But she's like, yeah, I try to remind people, because if not, you will not get your test results and you'll have to repay for the test. Like, you would have done all that for nothing. And that's ridiculous. I feel so bad for anybody that happened to, because I could not imagine taking that test a second time. It's just like your nerves. It's not even that the test is so hard. It's like your nerves are just getting the best of you. And I told myself, like, I'm not stressed. Like, I'm not stressed. I'm getting 60s and 70s on UWorld and Kaplan. Like, I'm not stressed. I got to that test and I was stressed. Like, all throughout my preparation, I was never really stressed. Like, my face broke out and, like, I could see, like, physiological changes that I was stressed. But I guess I was telling myself in my head, girl, you got this, because your girl wasn't really like that nervous. I was ready to take and get it over with. So, yeah, don't bring that phone just in case you're one of those people who kind of forget. So she cut my phone out of the bag. I gave her the keys back and I went to my car and I just looked out the window. Like, I just stared. Like, I'm like, what just happened? And I start my car. I don't have any music on. Literally, I drove there in silence and I left in silence. And the place was probably about 30 minutes from my house. It took me a good 50 minutes to get home because I was like making wrong turns and all type of stupid stuff. Like, I didn't stop anywhere. I literally went straight home and it took an hour to get there because I was in a daze. I was driving slow. I'm like, what? Like, did I fail? Did I pass? It was just nerve-wracking. Anyway. Another thing to expect on NCLEX Day is a whiteboard. You would think they'll give you a piece of scrap paper to, like, write, but no. They give you, like, a piece of paper that resembles a whiteboard. It's like the whiteboard consistency, but it's like a piece of paper. And they give you like a Sharpie, which Sharpie doesn't wash off of that. They have to literally put water and, like, scrub it off. But they give you that because they don't want you to erase. I don't know why they don't want you to erase, but if you fill that whole paper up and you need a new one, you raise your hand and they'll swap it out for a clean one. So, that's something I didn't know that now I do know. Another thing about the NCLEX, I don't know about your test, but my test was hella select all that apply. Like, I don't know if that means you're doing good because that's like critical thinking because you have to kind of, I don't know, but I would get one normal question, then I'll get select all apply. One normal question, select all apply. One normal question, select all that apply. It was literally like I was battling select all that apply throughout my whole entire test. Then at one point there was like 5 select all that apply in a row. I'm like, are they trying to fail me on purpose? Like, because you know select all that apply, you feel like you know, and then it's like one answer that you like, that don't sound right, but it kind of sound right. Like, it's just a mess. It's a mess. But I got a lot of select all that apply, so I would recommend studying management of care. I think that section has a lot of select all that apply. No, management of care has a lot of, scratch all of that. So I would actually really recommend practicing select all that apply, because if you can get comfortable with that, it won't scare you as much when you see it on your NCLEX. UWorld has a lot of select all that apply, a lot of hard select all that apply. Like, I didn't, half the time on UWorld select all that apply, I had no clue. NCLEX, you have a good idea. So if you could do those UWorld ones and get like most of them right, then you can definitely do the NCLEX select all that apply. So get ready to prepare, get ready to see select all that apply, get ready to get patted down, check behind the ears, raising your sleeves up, get ready for all that. Don't bring your phone in if you don't want to deal with all that drama that they have around the cell phones. Drink some coffee, but not too much, and try to relax. Just try to relax, breathe. It's going to be okay. You've been preparing yourself since day one of undergrad. You got this. You got this. You good, and you're going to pass. Just don't psych yourself out. I think that's what gets people. That's what fails people in the NCLEX. It's not because they don't know the info, because the info isn't hard. It's basic. It was basic to me, but I did Kaplan and UWorld, which are the 2 hardest things out there right now, I guess. So that made the NCLEX look like cake to me. Like, I kind of knew every answer. When I read the question, I knew the answer before looking at the answers. Not for every question. I'm not gonna lie. This was not for every question, but it was for majority of the test. So when I got to 75, I was like, this test about to shut off because that's not, this ain't too bad. Sis, that test kept rolling. I'm like, what? Like, no way. And then I psyched myself out because I went in thinking I'm doing 75 questions. It's going to take me 40 minutes, like when I do my practice test. And that's that. No. I was there for almost 3 hours and I had 168 questions. And I felt pretty confident about most of the questions. So I don't really know. I guess I was on the line, just riding the line. Like, you have to be above the red line, which you can't see the red line. But this lady explained how Kaplan works. I'm sure you can find a YouTube video explaining how the testing, how the grading system works. But basically, when the test is 95% positive that you either passed or failed, then your test shuts off. So I guess once I got to 75, they weren't 95% sure that I passed. So I had to keep getting more questions and more questions to prove myself. And that freaked me out because I thought I was leaving in an hour tops and doing 75 questions. So don't go in thinking I'm doing 100 questions. I'm doing 75 questions. No. Go in thinking you're doing all 265 questions. This is going to prepare you to sit your butt down and focus. Because every question after 75, I was looking at it like 100, 101, 102, 103, 104. Like, every question, I'm just like, oh my God, this is another question. I'm supposed to be gone. Breathe, sis. Breathe, get comfortable. Last thing that I want to say is, if you're like me and you're getting more questions than you thought during your test, don't worry about it. Close your eyes, say a little prayer. Thank God for getting you this far, and thank God for giving you an opportunity to get another question. Because if you're getting questions, that means they are still thinking, is she ready? Is he ready? Like, am I 95%? This is the computer talking. Am I 95% sure that this person is going to pass or going to fail? That means you still have a chance. So don't get mad if you get more questions, because that means you have more opportunities to, show yourself and to show all the hard work that you've been putting in. So that's how I looked at it. I'm like, I'm still in the race. Like, I'm still in the running. This next question I'm about to get right. I'll get it right. You just know. You know when you get it right. If it's like simple and boom. Like, especially the questions that are like therapeutic communication questions. Like, oh, family member just died. What's the best thing the nurse should say to the family? Y'all know what's the best thing to say. It's going to be like 3 things that are just rude. And it's going to be 1 thing that's like, please explain your feelings. Like, how do you feel right now? That's the answer. It would be questions like that. I knew I got right. Boom. I'm like, yeah, I'm still in the running. So just keep that in the back of your head and just know that it will be over before you know it. Because when it shut off, I was like, whew, I thought I was going to at least 200 at this point. Like, but it stopped at 168. So that is all for the what to expect on exam day. Please check out my other videos if you want to get your results faster, because I have a video on that. Or if you want to know how I studied for NCLEX, because I did pass. So I'm pretty sure if you adopt my method, you will pass too, because I did them questions, girl. I did questions every day, a lot of them. So if you want to see any of those videos or they interest you, check them out on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. Tell your friends about me. And thank you.